Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we are discussing Trump's proclamation regarding sort of an amended and extended travel ban for those trying to go to the United States. And I've had a lot of questions about this regarding whether or not it directly impacts a K-3 visa. For those who are unaware, the K-3 visa is specifically a non-immigrant visa. It was created under the Life Act in the Clinton administration. It was created as sort of an expedited spouse visa at a time when immigrant spouse visas were processing quite slowly. It still exists. It's not quite in the usage it once was, but it's still out there. And I've had some questions from people about whether or not this new travel ban is going to impact folks with a K-3 visa or those seeking a K-3 visa. It should be noted as of the time of this video, at least here in Southeast Asia, and I believe most of the world, the U.S. embassies, specifically the immigrant and non-immigrant visa units, are currently not doing interviews and therefore not processing out visas anyway. But this ban will likely be in effect after these immigrant and non-immigrant visa units come back open. So again, we're probably going to be stuck with this at least in the foreseeable future. So to quote directly from relevant portions of the actual proclamation, and the proclamation is titled, Proclamation Suspending Entry of Aliens Who Present a Risk to the U.S. Labor Market Following Coronavirus Outbreak. This is on whitehouse.gov. Specifically Section 2, quoting directly, suspension and limitation on entry. The entry into the United States of any aliens seeking entry pursuant to any of the following non-immigrant visas is hereby suspended and limited, subject to Section 3 of this proclamation. It should be noted there was a prior proclamation. It's referred to in the previous portions of the text of this document. Again, I urge those who want real detail on this, go check it out directly. But there was another proclamation that created the first ban in the first place. This is sort of amending and extending that particular document, and that's what we're dealing with here. So, non-immigrant visas subject to this are an H-1B or an H-2B visa and any alien accompanying or following to join such alien, a J visa to the extent the alien is participating in an intern, trainee, teacher, camp counselor, au pair, or summer work travel program, and an alien accompanying or joining or following to join such alien, and an L visa and any alien accompanying or following to join such alien. So, as we noted in the first ban, we noted this in another video, in the first ban, or the first iteration, if you will, of this ban, specifically certain non-immigrant visas were, well, all non-immigrant visas, as I recall, were excluded. Now, as we noted in prior videos, the K-1 fiance visa was excluded because it was a non-immigrant visa, and I believe, and I made another video on this topic, that the K-1 visa does not pertain to this ban either. The K-3 also appears to be the same way, as it is, again, is not specifically mentioned in the visas that are specifically targeted as non-immigrant visas. Quoting further, though, from Section 3, subsection B, the suspension and limitation on entry pursuant to Section 2 of this proclamation shall not apply to any lawful permanent resident of the United States. This is important. Any alien who is the spouse or child as defined in Section 101B1 of the INA, 8 U.S.C. 1101 B1 of a United States citizen. Any alien seeking to enter the United States to provide temporary labor or services essential to the United States food supply chain, and any alien whose entry would be in the national interest as determined by the Secretary of State, Secretary of Homeland Security, or their respective designees. Going back to B, subsection 2, any alien who is the spouse of a United States citizen. K-3 visa holders can only be spouses of United States citizens. So those of you who are seeking K-3s or looking to obtain a K-3, if this was worrying you, you can breathe a sigh of relief, as it does not pertain to K-3 visas. Now, that being stated, as previously noted, we're still dealing with the closure at the U.S. embassies for purposes of COVID-19, so when that reopening will occur remains to be seen. Also, we've done other videos related to the USCIS possibility of having a number of furloughs within their organization, and this will likely slow down the overall process of seeking a K-3 or any other visa to the United States, I suspect. And for this reason, if you've yet to file a K-3 and you're pretty serious about doing it, probably a good idea to look at doing that sooner rather than later. The situation and the system is not looking better prospectively. If anything, it is starting to look worse and worse on the horizon. And in fact, as I've described in other videos, between the furloughs, COVID, this ongoing ban, the workload that's going to have to be dealt with and the backlog that's going to be dealt with coming off of COVID, I think we're in kind of a perfect storm kind of situation with respect to U.S. immigration. And for this reason, filing sooner rather than later, or as someone once said, early and often, is probably going to be a better way to deal with this rather than if you're waiting around for something. If it's a good reason, I totally understand. But if you're just waiting because you haven't gotten around to it, probably a better idea to get moving sooner rather than later.